It's a little after 8, and I'm going to start this off by introducing you. I
You
don't
don't
think
need to do that. You
I
know what? Let's just go. I think people know who I am
Oh,
now.
come on. I've practiced this.
Go for it
Practice
then.
it. Okay. Was he born with special talents? No. We all start from the same place, but there is some of us that decide not to stay. Ramin Mascarlo says, keep evolving. Ramin Mascarlo built 4 multi-million-dollar MLM businesses as a distributor, founded MLM's premier and most prestigious company, ranked top momentum company in the industry during the pandemic for Business Home Org, voted world's top MLM compensation plan expert twice, voted world's #2 all-time MLMer, one of the first network marketing Hall of Fame inductees, along with Paul Zane Pilzer and others. Ernest Young, Entrepreneur of the Year, featured the Networking Times as Master Networker, featured twice in the American Business Journal, one of which is Warren Buffett on the cover, and he founded MLM's most advanced university, which we should all have on our desk. And I have it. But I wanted to say, Ramin, thank you very much. And today, when I jumped into the pool, I was so empowered. That 10 o'clock button, I mean, I'm usually there before, but I waited for 9 o'clock button. And I want to say I jumped in the pool, and this song's for you, by Diane Ross.
All right, so ready to go?
Yeah,
Well,
that's for
she's fired
you.
up. She's fired up. I'm fired up. Who else is fired up? Put your hand up. Who else is fired up?
Who's fired up? I'm fired up for sure.
we
Okay, take
just
away.
we just
Welcome.
had a history. History was made today. Who's fired up? Everybody
I'm
should be
fired
fired
up.
up.
Yes, I am. I am.
I'm telling you, just imagine how I feel, and it's overwhelming because we have an industry with $1.5 trillion market cap. $1 trillion market cap. This is more than the GDPs of the whole countries, many countries around the world. I mean, GDP is basically pretty much the whole economy of a country. And we have a $1.5 trillion industry, and they don't have a shopping token. It's incredible. They don't have a shopping token. So, and here we are. Today, we gave it to a $1.5 trillion industry, which, by the way, is going to be a $10 trillion industry very soon in the next few years. Can you imagine that? So we're going to have to go and tell everybody that there is a shopping token out there. I'm actually going to be looking for a major partner because I'm thinking we can take this into make it like a crypto Amazon, except in a luxury way. Not Amazon, you go buy screws and stuff. No, I'm talking a luxury e-com, that people will just go to because they want something, they just go to it. And so pretty roughed up. I think I don't know what you guys want to talk about, so I'll tell you what. I thought we're going to talk about exit tonight, if that's the case, because I mean, it makes sense since we just launched it. We still had right to the end. We had our PBS, the partner benefit specialist. Their phones were ringing off the hook. People were still buying Opulence currency and getting on. By the way, folks, the pre-order is still on. The only thing that ended today was the build assist, the freebie stuff, the the freebie stuff, and then the double dip stuff. So that was the only time sensitive thing about it. But the pre-order is on over the next day or two. I have to decide which day we're going to release Exit to the World. It's already registered on an exchange. It's ready, waiting to be released. So that would be a decision to be made hopefully before the end of the week. And we'll let everybody know. We'll let everybody know. The next phase is to create a lot more momentum and curiosity. We're going to start a phase of what's called airdrops. Airdrops is basically getting free exit. We're going to give it to our community for doing certain things, and we're going to give it to people who are not part of our community, like on social media, tag 5 people, get airdrops. We want to build a community to 300,000 people. Our job now, one of our jobs is to build the community for the beyond opulence for exit, because we want this to be adopted worldwide, right? We want to be adopted worldwide. So I am pretty tired and very low on energy. I'm still at work, as you can see, because I have some documents that I needed to do. It took me such a long time. And I can't go home without doing all my emails. And I ended up having 112 emails. So, just going through them. I'm the one, I'm very forensic about this. Some of them are just advertising, people are sending us stuff. But if there's an email, I actually take the time to read it. And the short ones, I respond back to right away. If it's very long, then I put it on hold if I'm not feeling that writing it, because my mind doesn't work anymore. So I'm still here. And this is, what people talk about, people say I'm active. And one of the things I was talking to somebody about that today, I think we should know the difference between being a distributor. Distributor means you distribute things, right? In this company called brand partner, there's a difference between being a distributor and being a promoting customer. And I think a lot of people in MLM don't understand the difference. So I'm a distributor because they got membership. And if you ask them, well, how many products have you distributed this week? And they just don't. Or maybe one or two, because somebody called them because they tried it years ago and they love it and they constantly call them. If you are a active person, you're a distributor. If you're not active, so you could be part of the social group. I mean, in MLM, we talk about the 8 categories of involvement. And the first 5, of course, that you don't make a lot of money or no money. And then the last 2 is where all the action is. It's like no different than in another outside world where, that we hear about terms of 20-80, right? 20% make 80, do 80% of the work. That's true in opulence. That's true in MLM. Or you're going to hear the next level, the 5-95, right? The 5% is just crushing it, right? Living, life's full menu, right? And then you got the 95. And then, of course, then you go to that next level, which is 1%, right? The 1% that control 96% of money. So, the difference here is, when you take a look at, because I always look at people like Warren Buffett or, even people I don't like Bill Gates, I don't like him, or Bezos, I don't like him. I do like Elon Musk, but look at all of them, and when you look at what their schedule is like, they're working. Their bonds out. I mean, these are the richest people in the world, and they don't need to work. But the richest people in the world, because of their attitude, how they do work, it's always the average person that needs a balance. the people who need it the most, they're too tired. They need balance. I don't know, all these things, right? And of course, somebody says I need balance, but they don't really have balance because they go for the rest of their life, never can be comfortable. I mean, and they're always worried, and they're always, care. You can never be independent, because that's just how the market is structured. The market is structured that you don't have a lot, Look at the pension system. You know, you might not have a job, but that's not retirement. You know, retirement is freedom. That's what retirement is. So if you work 16-hour days, and yet you could do whatever you want for you and your family, that's retirement. If you work 16-hour days and you can work when you want and with whom you want, it's a choice, not because you have to, it's a choice. That's retirement. But if you're not working at all, work 8 hours a day, but you can't do anything you want, your family wants, and you have to do things not because you want to do things, that's not retirement. That's not freedom. Freedom is when you do things by choice. It doesn't matter if it's 16-hour days. That's freedom. You know, I'm here now. I don't have to be here. But it's freedom. I'm free to leave. I was free to leave earlier. I was free not to come in today. I'm here. But that's freedom. The choice. I remember when I first got started in MLM, and I was 20 years old, got involved, went through my peaks and valleys, and it was part-time serious. That means I had a pizza business, I had a restaurant business, and I worked already 6 days a week and opened and close, and I was doing MLM on the side. And within 9 months, I wanted to quit 5 times. Finally, I made a decision, smarten up. And within 6 months after that, within 14 months, I set a company record for youngest national marketing director. And I was making $5,000 a month, part-time serious. And this is back in 1991. So $5,000 a month for a 21-year-old was pretty good. And I decided that I was going to quit the restaurant business. Now, it was our own restaurant business. It was like $100,000 mortgage on it. And it was a pretty good business, but it was long hours and it would never take us anywhere. And when I decided that, and my brother and my mother was also about that business, and we decided to sell the restaurant, and they all went full time in that MLM company. And I remember calling my upline. He was the multimillionaire in that company, and he said, and I said, "Hey, Piero, guess what? I'm going full time." And he was a top multi-millionaire of the company. He said, "Well, congratulations, Ramin, you just retired." I said, No, you don't understand. You didn't hear me. I'm not retiring. I'm going full time. That's it. No more restaurant. I'm sold it. I'm going full time. I can't do this. I can't believe this. I'm excited. He says, "Congratulations. You've just retired." I said, "Okay, are you not listening to me? I'm going full time, day and night. I'm going to this city, that city, this stuff." He said, "No, I'm listening to you. But I mean, remember, whenever you have the choice to when to work, doesn't matter how many hours, and with whom you work, doesn't matter. You have that choice, it's retirement. Because you don't get that choice in a job. You may put less hours in a job, but there's no choice there. You don't get to choose what to do. You don't get to choose who to work or when to work. That is, you have something you have to do. There's no freedom there. So one of the first things we want to do when we're in multi-level marketing and MLM company, we're self-employed, right? We understand if we don't do a good job in a job, well, if we don't do a good job, we get fired. If you don't do a good job in a traditional business, well, most likely we'll go to business and lose a lot. And if you don't do a good job in MLM, you just don't make a lot of money. The thing about MLM is, though, because there's no major, like, you really you cannot get hurt in MLM, especially opulence. I mean, opulence, you can't get hurt at all. What's the worst thing that can happen? You have the world's best products, awesome products, and you just use it. That's the worst thing that can happen here. Like, it's like literally it is zero risk, zero, because we give you shopping credits where you get to choose when to spend it, on what to spend it on. What's that called? We have the choice. What's that called? Put it in the chats. So we have a choice. What is that called? Right? It's not fired up to you automatically. It's a choice. You know, see, that's right, John. It's freedom. You see, other companies don't give you that freedom. Other companies, you go on an auto ship, they send you the same box over and over again. You know, they only have a few products anyway. So here, you got 1,000 choices. And by the way, 1,000 choices that you need every single day. 30 plus use cases, right? And you get to choose what to order, when to order it. Ah, man, here you got like zero risk. But the downside to a zero risk is, I guess you're not motivated, right? You don't have to pay big rent. You don't have boxes of the same products. It's loaded up in front of TV. You can't watch TV because, yeah, because there's other companies that don't have a lot of products, right? They have a few products. So when you're going on the auto ship, right? They send you the same thing over and over again, over and over again, over and over again. So here, the reason why we have such high retention compared to the DSA average, direct selling association average, is because people here don't actually order products sometimes. They just let the shopping credit accumulate. Nobody in the world has that, by the way. Nobody. You know, because there's nothing to accumulate for with other companies. They only got 10 products or 2 products or 1 product or no product, Ponzi scheme. What's it accumulate for? There's nothing. Well, here, we're actually a factory. We actually make stuff. You know, somebody asked me the other day, and we're a great client with our banking system, we're a bank. And the directors, they said, like, we'd like to come and visit you. This is not at the bank level, this is at the head office level. And they came here, going through, very impressed. And then, and there was a new guy working for them, the business manager, he wanted to meet me. And then he says, what do you guys do? And I just said it this way. I said, as a company, we're a group of scientists, designers, marketing professionals. All we do, we make products and sell out at wholesale. That's it. Designers, scientists, marketing professionals. That's all we do. From the moment we come in to the moment we leave, that's all we do. We design things, we manufacture things, customer service, we market. That's part of marketing, right? Bunch of scientists, designers. So one of them was trying to be polite because I know she was trying to say, isn't like one of those MLM things? Like she was afraid to say those words. So I always make it very simple for them because this idea, we're not really an MLM business, and we have a comp plan that pays that way, but really the stigma of an MLM business is go recruit a whole bunch of people. This has become so much more than that. We're a factory. Like, what do we do all day long? What does Sanaz do all day long with Jack and with Sandro and with Jacques and all these guys? They were designing new lineup for Ferry. That's all they were doing. Now, what was I doing with the IT team? We're designing, our cryptocurrency is like a banking instrument. What is our factory doing right now in BC? Right? There are 3 PhDs over there. They're working on Divine. They're working on the absolute collagen. That's all we do all day long. And then what we do, we don't deal with the public. We deal with who? We deal with a whole bunch of independent resellers who work on e-commerce. So when I was in DSA seminar last year, I think it was the CEO of NewSkin Herbalife, NewSkin. I like what he said. He says, we are a multi-tiered affiliate marketing program. Multi-tiered affiliate marketing program. And it says, do you know Amazon? Yeah. Well, we're like that, except we're multi-tiered affiliate marketing because they're only one side. They're only one tier, right? They only go one level. So, yeah, one of the first thing is to want to be successful in business, you got to realize what you are. Are you a promoting customer with a pin? or are you a distributor? Because if you're not distributing anything, you're not a distributor, right? So if you're a distributor, you got to distribute something. And So once we get some of these clarities out of the way, because I think a lot of people kind of in MLM, I've done MLM for 35 years, can't believe it. 2/3 of my life I've been in this thing. And it never changes. It's the same thing. You know, what we are is a perception. We're not who we are because of we are actually that. We are who we are in our mind is a perception. If we think we're active, then we are. Doesn't mean we are. It just means we are. If we think we eat healthy, then I guess we are. It doesn't mean we're eating healthy. If we feel like we're fit, I guess we are, but not in physicality. We're, business is the same way. We think we're active. Okay. We should all have a checklist. Now in forensic, we have a really good checklist because forensic is got all the tracking sheets. It keep you can't lie to yourself when forensic box is on the table because you stop you. When you got a forensic box on the table, you can't look at it and say I'm active because you're not active because it's in there. You know what you got to be doing to be active, right? It's very clear what the definition of active is. So one of the things, the reason why I created the forensic box is because I'm no different than you. I was full-time. I had a big check every month. I was full-time. I was on the field for 14 years. 12 of it was a full-time distributor. 10 of it had a 6-figure income. So I could have very easily be not motivated. But I knew if I was not motivated, I would never grow to the point that I was. I mean, I see people adopt freedom and comfort too early. And there's two problems with that. One of them is that they never reach their full potential. That's number one. They never reach their full potential. And number two, they never help others who got them the comfort level to reach their full potential or to reach their comfort level. Remember, the concept of MLM is giving off people what they want and you get what you want. In that order. Giving off people what they want, you get what you want. Once some of the stuff gets inside you, you realize this business is not complicated at all. Just clear the clutter, just know you're either active or you're not. If you're a customer, you're a customer. Great. You're part of the community. Wonderful. We have a beautiful community. But if you want to be a distributor because you have big goals and targets, then be honest about that and say, okay, I'm not a distributor, because what happens is when you're honest with yourself, then you don't get frustrated. So, well, it's not working for me. If you're not active and you're saying that means you're not honest with yourself, right? And you end up buying your own story. I used to make fun of the guy who said, I joined Amway in 1957. They're still looking for opportunity. They try to tell me how good they are because they joined Amway in 1957, but they never made a dime. In their mind, though, they have like a 60-year experience in MLM because they signed the application form, right? And in MLM, it's very easy to slip from being active in a distributor and to being a promoting customer. It doesn't matter what the pin is. The pin doesn't matter. And it really isn't that hard. It isn't that hard to keep it in MLM demo. I made it very simple. Before I made it simple, you really need this box. And this box, go through it. Now, that's the short way to win. And with that box, you never actually get confused. Never. You never get confused. You know exactly what you got to do. But really, we only got 4 jobs, right? Thank people in your team who placed an order that day. Wake up in the morning, you just thank people who back office who placed an order. They placed an order, they got you some CV. You keep the appreciation that you got paid on someone else's effort that day. You're motivated, you're thanking them, they're feeling good about it. What a great duplication process that is. What a beautiful duplication that is. right? First thing you do every day, thank the orders, right? Second thing, you welcome new members. You welcome new customers. How awesome is that? You know, I'm the customer just when I bought something, and then I get a call, a message. Hey, listen, I see that you're a new customer. You placed an order. I want to thank you. I want to thank you. You know, my name is so and so. This is my story. If you need questions, and I'm here to give you value added service. You know, I've been here for 5, 6 years. I know my way around. You know, love to tell you about some of the other stuff that we have. Beautiful conversation. Beautiful conversation. Welcome people. Who doesn't want to be welcomed? Everybody wants to be welcomed. You go to a restaurant, you know, sometimes you go to a restaurant, the person at the front door, they're not really nice. How many people? You know, that whatever, they take you in. Okay, whatever. And then sometimes you go to a nice restaurant, good evening, welcome, right? Wow. Who doesn't want to? One, you go back to because you remember that they touched you. When you don't go back, it doesn't really matter. So you got to do that with your people that join you every single day. Go to your back office, find ways to filter out everybody that launched that day. Introduce yourself, say welcome. You know, third, you want to contribute. Don't be, you know, become a distributor again. Don't be a person on the payroll. Be a distributor again. Contribute to the team. Remember, the team grows and everybody gets, this is a binary system, so your contribution helps somebody else's volume. This is how people do rank advancement. They get to that next level. They get to the next level. You get to that next level. Contribute to the team. Be mission-oriented, team-oriented. Everybody goes. Tide lifts all boats. The tide lifts all boats. Make a couple of appointments yourself. Your 2 legs are already covered. Those appointments have to go under somebody. The tide lifts all, right? And that one person you put in is going to maybe motivate the guy above them. And next thing you know, now you got another activation going to here because somebody just woke up. Next thing you know, they get it, maybe a rank advancement, maybe you get rank advancement. And next thing you know, you got double the speed of growth than you had before. It just so it's not complicated. You thank the orders. That keeps them on the smart buy. They never quit. They like you. You got like and trust, right? You keep them in. They love the product. They love you. Why leave? Right? You welcome them. Everybody wants to. I mean, we have a beautiful culture, nice, you know, opulence nation. Now we have an exit nation. You know, just build that community. Welcome them in. Build relationships. The sooner, first of all, the longer they stay, the more chances there are they can rank advance. And if they're rank advancing, they're staying more. Again, in chemistry, that's called forget the name. Anyway, basically it's a sort of cause and effect, right? It's just circles, right? So you do something, they like it, that causes them to get excited, and then that excitement causes more excitement. It just goes on. And next thing you know, people are rank advancing. Next thing you know, you're growing fast. You can speed up your growth double, 3 times of where it is. Do some basic things. Welcome people, thank people, contribute to the team. Do your part. People look at the leader, and I've seen both. Some leaders are completely irrelevant. Nobody cares about them. Nobody cares they're there. And that's a horrible position to be, when people don't look at you as a leader. And I've seen the other side, where everybody's motivated by the guy or girl at the top because she's crushing it. He's a beast. And I've seen both for 35 years. I can tell you, I've seen both, and it's always better to be the beast than to be irrelevant. Always better to be the beast than to be irrelevant. You know, so
Ramin,
that's
is it about the chase for you or the catch?
no, for me, I don't know. I guess it's the chase because I set up a big target day one. Day one, this is not a new target. I said to the billion. I said that when I was in my home office by myself. Here we are 18 years later, we're chasing that still. And here's the thing. I don't need a billion to be happy. Honestly, guys, I've been living a good life for a while. There isn't much you can do with $1 billion that you can't do with 5 million. In a huge gap, but there isn't, in lifestyle wise, there isn't much you can do with $1 billion that you can't do with 5 million. It's very similar. So when I said $1 billion, it's not like I needed $1 billion. I know something about MLM that I wrote in my book, and I share with you guys all the time. You want to set a target bigger than yourself. They keep you motivated, because if my target from day one was to have a lifestyle, I wouldn't even start this company. I already had a lifestyle. If my target was something that I could have done quickly, then I wouldn't be here right now. You know what I want to be? With my son. That's what I want to be. I've always wanted to be with my son every single day since he's been born, 15 years now. So I set a target bigger than myself, and which includes him. I promised him when he was 4 months old, he's going to be the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company. I'm still chasing it because I promised him that when he was 4 months old. And the second thing is I wanted to make 1,000 millionaires. We're not there. You guys are not moving fast enough. Let's go. 1,000 millionaires. That's another thing. I guess I'm stubborn too. We said $1 billion. We said it. We should be able to do it. I know companies who have done it. They're not half as good as we are. I know we're better. I know everybody agrees. Our products are better. Our compliance better. Our support is better. Our community is better. Let's go. Right. And here's another thing too.
Okay.
If you're not chasing something, then you die. I wrote years ago, when you're fresh, you're ripe. When you're ripe, you rot. You got to stay fresh. You got to chase. You gotta have the chase to stay fresh, or you rot. And I've done so many of these studies in the past. Here's a good example. 1/3 of the astronauts, now they have actually courses for them, because just to avoid this, 1/3 of astronauts who've been to space come back, they used to go cuckoo. They've completely lost it, because as a human being, as a child, you ask a guy, the boy, when I want to be an astronaut, right? Girls wants to be that ballerina, whatever she wants. So you grow up with that, and you end up in space. And once you've been to the moon, what else is there? Right? You come back. I tell you, if you don't have something to keep you fresh, you rot. So 1/3 of astronauts will go cuckoo, drug addicts, alcoholics. That happens with musicians, artists, right? A lot of these musicians are very famous, like they're all on drugs, alcoholics, because they have everything, right? They go, so you gotta keep something to keep you fresh all the time. So going back to my original point is that identify, at least with yourself, what you are. Regardless of the pen, are you a distributor that distributing things, or are you promoting customer? At least now because promoting customers, that's great. They're enjoying the product, they love the social aspect. It's great, it's fantastic. But if you got targets of reaching higher levels of the compensation plan, you have to know the difference. You want to rank advanced, you're gonna have to do these 4 things I talked about. Because welcome, thank, contribute. The last one is rank advancement. You have to really know where you are on that map on the way to that next bonus. Where you're on the map every day on the way to that next rank. In this business, for example, on a monthly basis, you all start with some volume because you order some products, your smart buy goes through, some of your people smart buy go. So automatically from day one on the month, you've got some activity going on. So what you need to do is, okay, where am I in this MGRS? Because MGRS is a free check at the end of the month, which you could write yourself. You actually don't need your team for that. It's a check you can write yourself every single month. If you're, if you're just in LA, okay, you get one share. That's great. It's global. If you're an LD1, you get 2 shares. If you're LD2, you get you get 3 shares, right?
Yep.
So that's a good check. Extra $400-500 a month that you could write without anyone's input, without your team downline. You can actually write that check every month. Then, now here's the best part. When you do that, the next bonus you're looking at is a car club if you're an LD1 or more, and the qualifications overlap. It's overlap. They're not contradictory like other companies where you either get this or you get this. Actually, they overlap. So a lot of times you hit the car club, you automatically hit MGRS. You go for 1, you hit 2. Sometimes you hit 3 bonuses trying to do one thing, because it's a real compensation plan. It's designed to pay you. So I would look at the map every single day. Where am I on that map of rank advancement? If I'm an LD1, what do I need to get LD2? I kind of look down there. Who can I help? Who can I thank and welcome, to get them going, right? Show them the roadmap, and they move up, I move up. If I'm an LD2, how close I'm to LD3. Every single day, it's all about rank advancement. Man, life is not about achieving happiness, it's about happily achieving. That's another thing I wrote in my book years ago. Life is not about achieving happiness. It's about happily achieving. Because when you're fresh, you're ripe. When you're ripe, you rot. It's about happily achieving. It's about the next. It's about always that next thing. So I take a look at all these billionaires. Again, even the ones I don't like Bill Gates. And when you take a look at the routine, they get up at 5 in the morning, go have a workout, read a book, and take this and take that. And I'm telling you, they're beasts. I mean, Warren Buffett, I don't know, he's like 800 years old, but I'm telling you, he's a beast, and Charlie Munger, he just passed away. I think it was almost 100 years old. But the day before he passed away, he did an interview. The guy talks better than me, like he's a beast. That's how you get to 100 years old. Because they never stopped being fresh.
Keep working, keep active.
They stayed fresh.
Ramin, we have a question on the exit, and we're at 8:41. So if we could answer this, there may be some more questions on the exit. Question is, which blockchain is exit going to be on?
It's already on. This exit is already done and finished over with 2 years ago. It's on a BSC, Binance Smart Chain. It's the fastest chain in the world.
That's excellent.
One.
Yeah.
People say, why don't you go on Ethereum? We could have done that, but the reason we didn't go on Ethereum is it's too slow. And everyone knows that. The chain is way, way too slow. BSC, Solana, these guys are fast. We took the BSC because BSC, Binance Smart Chain, Binance is the largest exchange in the world by a milestone. So we went to the best.
That's excellent. A question that I have is now we've put our opulence currency into the exit lab. So what's the next step for us? We're just waiting and holding on, and then
so what I wanted
buy a crypto wallet.
Okay, so what I wanted to do, honestly, I regret after my announcement, I regret announcing it because it's so much work. But we wanted to do you guys a favor, because had we just the proper way would have been say, okay, guys, it's on an exchange because it's been on an exchange for a couple of months now. We could have said, okay, we're launching tomorrow, go here, buy. You know what will happen? 5% of you will have done that. And 95% will be in a panic because I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to go on an exchange and get an open account. I don't have a digital wallet. So you got to go get the digital wallet first. Then you got to exchange. And you got to do both of them. And then you got to connect the two. And then you got to send money. So it's one of those things that I knew was going to cause a chaos. And this is way too important. So I thought, okay, let's make sure everybody has a start. and I'll give you guys 90 days to figure the rest of it out. Right? Because I don't want to host this for you. It's your asset, it's your property. It's so you need to hold it. You need to hold it. And so once we go, right now, it's not live yet. We just launched it today. And we're probably, I could do it any day. I'm just thinking, what's the best time to do the launch? Should we do it in December? Should we do it, say, New Year's Day? We launch at New Year's Day. Should we do it on the 3rd of January? So that's the decision I have to make, hopefully this week. When's the official world launch of Exit to the rest of the world? I know there's still a bit of a traffic going on, people trying to catch up now. I guess they heard today and yesterday of all the, and they weren't paying attention. Believe it or not, one of our old friends messaged Sanaz that says, I've known you for 30 some odd years, and you didn't even call me to tell me. Well, we know 10,000 people. There is no way for us to remember, calling everybody. This is why we put it on social media. We're saying, okay, guys, just here's what we're doing. There's no way for us to be able to remember that. My family, I just put them all in one chat group. I said, guys, I'm telling you one time, I'm going to forget. Don't tell me. And so I have a whole bunch. So what I did was, my family, as they messaged me, I just basically made a list on, and I just made a list, and, now I know, right? And they can't say, so once it comes out, the ones who gave us the wallet, we're going to send it to you right away. So you're going to have it right away. The ones who didn't give us the wallet, so we created another account we call the holding account, and we're going to buy it right away. And you guys are going to be there watching this happen anyways. So we're not going to say whose name it is or how much they bought. Well, you know how much they bought, but you don't know who it belongs to. So we're going to say, oh, here's an order for, I don't know, $200. Here's an order for 44,000. Here's an order for 5,000, whatever, right? And you guys can actually be live watching this happen. It's a you can see it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun, and so, but I'm going to give you 90 days to figure this out, this digital wallet stuff. Now, hopefully, don't count on this. Don't count on this, because I know how MLMers are. This is so, but I'm trying to. So here's what happened. I know a lot of people, and we're highly regarded, and they have a lot of respect for us. And one of them came and said, look, we spent about $3 million into a technology. And this technology this technology was created for a government of a country, government. So this is not like MetaMask. This is designed for organizational charts. It has multi-permission stuff that you don't find in a typical wallets, because it was designed for commercial use, government use, not for personal use. And it says, if you allow me, we can partner up on that. So they need a bunch of stuff that I could provide. Most importantly, they needed our community, and they needed my software to complete their software. And so I decided, so we're still negotiating on it, but basically I've said, I don't want exclusivity on it, but what I do want, I want to own the wallet, my version of it. And so they got a bunch of PhD engineers. Anyway, so looks like today got an email from them. Looks like the negotiation is over. And if I'm correct, soon, because we've worked on this for last year, soon you're going to have an incredible wallet, which is easy to use. And now we don't actually need to go to MetaMask or anyone else for you. You can use, I give it my son's name, Cyrus Wallet. It's going to be the Cyrus Crypto Wallet. And Cyrus Crypto Wallet will hold your Exit as its native payment system. It also can hold any other crypto you have. It actually is a full-fledged crypto wallet. And next, after we're gonna get a Cyrus crypto card attached to it. And when that happens, and we take the Cyrus wallet, attach it to the live exchanges, and now it's like a bank. It's a full-fledged, yeah, it's a full-fledged system where a lot of you will call me or call the company and say, okay, you know what? Just pay me this month. I don't need a lot of money. Give me this month 25% into exit. Give me 75% in fiat. Some of you guys, it's happening already. You made so much money. Say, you know what? Don't pay me no more fiat. Just give me an exit. You know, and we can actually pay you now with exit, because now you can convert exit to fiat, any country, any fiat, instantly. So it just becomes like, and that's the final thing I was wanting for a company, complete detachment from the banking system. So
Thank you once again. Everyone have a great night. We'll see you on Saturday.
the exit, stay forensic, and to the billion.
To the billion. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.